Are we ready? So all through today, we've been teaching on the laws of upward mobility. And it's my hope that from the first service that our hearts have been charged, inspired. We've been divinely motivated from the Word of God to do things differently and to position ourselves to engage upward motions. More than ever before, I feel like I am behind schedule. I sat with my mentor one time and he said, behave like you're behind schedule. That's going to make you work harder. People who are behind schedule don't have time for distractions. People who are behind schedule muster everything they have on the inside and direct it towards what they want to redeem or towards where they want to go. Act like you're behind schedule. Slack people act like there's nothing at stake. Slack people act like life will wait for them. Life does not wait for anybody. And one of the best descriptions of the movement of life is demonstrated in the ticking of a clock. Whether you sleep or wake, whether you stand or sit, whether you play dead or act like you're involved, the clock keeps ticking. And that's a constant reminder that existence keeps passing, whether you do something about it or not. What we call future is simply a revelation of the activities we have intentionally undertaken in the course of the passage of existence. I learned as a young man that the greatest need of time is purpose. Sowing purpose into time is the greatest way to maximize time. Never catch yourself doing nothing. Never catch yourself not involved. Never catch yourself not sowing seeds of purpose into the passage of time. Those who do nothing about the passage of time add years and nothing more. But those who intentionally sow seeds into the passage of time not only add years, they experience fulfillment. They experience fulfillment. My number one principle for upward mobility is vision. My number two, self-discovery. Number three, resourcefulness. Number four, change your thinking, change your life. Number five, go for mentorship. Number six, become a global citizen. And in the first service, I did the first three, and in the second service, I did another three. In this third service, number seven, understand relationship protocols. Understand relationship protocols. You must realize that the greatest possibilities in our lives will revolve around the relationships we forge. And if you listen carefully, you're going to hear something that you know, but differently. Because some people seem to know these things, but they still do the contrary. Every man you meet is a door that opens you up to certain possibilities and certain experiences. Nobody keeps a loafer in their lives and does not have the opportunities to loaf. Nobody keeps a time waster in their lives and will not eventually lose the value and importance of time. Every relationship is contagious. So it's important to assess carefully the relationships you let in your life so that you know either what disease or virtue you're about to contact. Success is simply a product of the opportunities given to us because of the relationships that we have. So if you're going to be very successful, you must carefully choose the people around your life. In the school of success, we don't choose relationships by sentiments. He looks nice. He has dimples. His skin is shining. I think I want him in my life. She looks cool. I like the way she walks. Her smile is charming. Very good. But that's not why I need her in my life. All of these factors can be in place and the head can be upside down. He that walks with the wise shall be wise. A companion of fools shall be destroyed. Proverbs 13 verse 20. Proverbs 27 verse 17. Iron sharpens iron. So does the man sharpen the countenance of his friend. So every relationship is a prophecy of something you're about to enter into. That's why when you have people around you who don't take God seriously, you will still take God seriously for some time, but a time will come when you will just find yourself slowing down, because your value for spiritual things will begin to die. Will begin to die. If you have people around your life who have habits that sharpen you, watch your life. In a couple of months, you will realize that you're doubling up on certain things. You're doing some things more. If you have a friend who's always talking about one book they've read, one book, the next book, what the book taught them, what they have become as a result of that book, one day you ask, please, can I borrow one of those your books? Or what's the title of that book, the one you talked about yesterday? Your interest for reading will be aroused. No relationship leaves you the same. It either makes you or mars you. Either lifts you or lets you. No relationship leaves you neutral. Sometimes it's not about the people in our lives. It's about the state of our hearts. For as long as your heart is not right, you will attract and keep people who service the status of that heart. Every one of us will attract and keep the people that service the status of our hearts. The day you get serious, listen, I mean truly serious, you will find yourself naturally migrating from certain relationships and also gravitating towards the right ones, There are people who have not disciplined themselves. So you're still into small talk. You're still into frivolities. You're still in gatherings where all that matters is this or that accessory or that. You're driven by sensuality. The day you get serious, you will migrate from wrong relationships and gravitate towards the right ones. It's as simple as that. Every relationship will feed something. Every close relationship will feed something you secretly hold in your heart. Every close relationship will feed something you secretly hold in your heart. It is also important under relationship protocols to know how to relate. Because some people just exist. They're isolated. Some people just exist. You know, I don't believe in friends. You know me, I don't have friends. Oh, I just have one friend in Nigeria. I just have two in Africa. How far can you go with that? Sadly enough, that's how many people reason. No one is saying you should get deeply into everybody you meet on the streets. Listen, right now as I stand, mention any continent where humans properly live, and I have people in places where I can call and say, I'm coming into your continent and I want to hold a meeting, I want to organize a conference, I want to have this, and I know that they will set up an organizing committee for me. understand what I'm saying? Relationships. 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 You have to learn how to forge relationships. You have to learn how to keep relationships productive. You have to learn. God brings you into contact with people who matter. How do you keep the relationships? How do you define how far someone should come, how close they should come, and all of that? But you must learn how to manage all of these different relationships. Someone may not be a friend you will keep close to your heart, but he's someone in a good position that you will need. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's someone in a good position that you would need. How do you maintain that relationship? Even though this is not the person maybe you might sit, eat with, gist with, and all, but it does not mean that you cannot keep relationships with him. No relationship maintains itself. It is people who maintain relationships. And look, people who succeed, they know how to be proactive about their relationships without losing who they are. You have a right to determining who should come very close to your life or not, but I'm speaking about relationships generally, because you will never be more successful than your ability to maintain relationships. You can't tell me that people who are in business, every business partner must be someone who is so personally, intimately close to you. No. How do you keep a business relationship, a great business relationship, without losing your values? You can't excel without relationships. You have heard before that your net worth can be determined by your network. Let me put it this way, that there is a relationship between your net worth and your network, especially if you know how to work the network. If you know how to maximize your network, it will reflect in your network, because opportunities will come from your network. Never always wait to be checked on. Can you pick up your phone and call people who truly matter? Oh, hello, sir. How are you? I just called to check up on you. Hello, ma. How are you? I just called to check up on you. Or you send a message or something. And when you can, visit. These are not things you do every single day. But these are things that you can do to maintain connectivity. Someone has come to your shop, for example, and maybe bought 1,000 pieces of something. That is no ordinary person. How do I maintain a relationship with that person? Would I say, this is not my kind of guy? No, he's not his kind of person I'm looking for. I'm looking for his kind of money. In that case, it's a business relationship. And because he has the kind of money I'm looking for, someone who has the ability to buy 1,000 pieces maybe every week or every 2 weeks. So you just sit there and say, well, I have the best now, he will come back. Oh, you have competitors. And someone is going to soon steal him away from you. But treat him like he matters. Treat him like you care about his purchase. Maintain contacts with him. And during special times of the year, send a hamper. I said send a hamper. Send a hamper. Know how to keep your friendships. And in some cases, it's people you should keep close to your heart, but you've never ever serviced those relationships. Learn how to service your relationships. Don't just imagine that a relationship will maintain itself. The fact that there was a good connection the first time you met someone does not mean that connection will remain like that forever. People grow and grow away from others. You have to be able to keep certain relationships, even if you don't see physically all the time. Oh, I'm not the very, I'm the introvert. The principles of relationship have nothing to do with temperament. It simply has everything to do with maturity, knowing the principle and applying the principle. You don't have to change your temperament. You just have to improve on your modus operandi, on the way you operate. Praise the Lord. Every one of us needs social capital. And social capital simply means having a network of functional relationships that serve as readily available doors of opportunity. Social capital gives you influence with people. Social capital makes it possible for you to get some things done because you have the right people in the right places. We build social capital by creating, maintaining, and fostering networks of relevant relationships. Who are the closest people in your life? Who are the most important people in your life? Because the closest may not be the most important. Who are the closest people in your life? Who are the most important people in your life? That's what some people don't take cognizance of. Right now, who are the most important people in your life? How do you relate to them? When last did you reach out to them? How do you position yourself to build connectivity with them? Some people don't know the most important people in their lives, so they treat everybody the same. That's a very grievous mistake as well. I will never treat people who are very important in my life the same way I would treat people who are not, or who have no significance in my life. Let me repeat myself so you quote me correctly. I would treat everybody right, but I would treat the most important people in my life differently. The Bible says, give honor to those to whom honor is due. Honor is in many different ways, right? Many different ways. So there are people in relationships, there are ranks. And I'm not going to treat people that are so very important to me in the same way I'll treat others. And what that means is I'll have more time for them. I'll be more available to them. I'll be a lot more accessible to them. And I'll relate to them a lot more than just everybody else. I hope that is clear. Learn how to manage relationships. As I close that, you have to learn how to manage relationships. Every relationship represents a specific influence. And sometimes what I want to do is think of the influence I want in my life and then choose who carries that influence and begin to relate with them and begin to relate with them. So it is wisdom to predict the kind of influence that you want in your life and to look for people who embody such influence. I already told you about Proverbs 13:20. Then we have Proverbs 28 and verse 19. It says, he that tilleth his ground shall have plenty of bread, but whoso followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough. Proverbs 13:20 says, he that walks with the wise shall be wise, but the companion of fools shall be destroyed. Great opportunities will not come by merit alone. They will come through relationships. They will come through relationships. Time will fail me to share stories. And when you get into relationship with people who are highly placed, there are protocols to keep those relationships. Never take them for granted. Don't abuse your privileges. Know the difference between a right and a privilege. A right and a privilege. Someone has given you their phone number does not mean every single day you'll be sending messages. Now you're even sending prophecy. Some people are not wise. I stand on the mandate of God upon my life. I prophesy, sir, you are blessed. That's why we need to teach everything. Because when you imagine that some people should have common sense, they do not have it. Sending well wishes during festive seasons and all, that's okay. And even how you send it matters a lot. Just sending basic well wishes and goodwill, it's okay. Especially during special seasons, birthday, festive seasons, that's okay. But every week, this week, I announce over your life that things will work for you. Watch out, sir. If I read text messages and messages, like this person is not well taught. Don't do things like that. Overzealousness. Start calling them at 1 a.m. I know you're a very busy man, and by this hour of the night, it's a very good time for us to talk. If he does not give you a 1 a.m. appointment to call, don't call by 1 a.m. Have some sense. Oh, yes, my mentor gives me anytime. Call me at 12 midnight. Call me at 2 a.m. One time I called at 2, you're still busy. Call at 3, you're still busy. We finally spoke maybe at 4 or something like that. That's different. It's an appointment. But you don't randomly just, if it's not an emergency. Please, if it's an emergency that needs my attention, if you have my number, call me. Do you get? But if it's not an emergency, someone woke me up one time. I think I was preaching in Lagos, and I'm in the hotel, sleeping. This is probably 1 or 2 a.m., and I get this call, strange number. I like to take my calls. So I picked up, and the voice was one kind of voice. Sir, I just finished listening to one of your messages now. I just said, let me call you, sir. That couldn't wait till morning. So you listened to a message, I was blessed. Then I had to lose my own sleep in solidarity of the message. That's lack of wisdom. Don't do things like that. Or someone wakes you at 1 a.m. because they had a bad dream. They had a bad dream and couldn't sleep, and you too, you cannot continue with your sleep. Oh, yeah. When you gain access to people, honor them. Don't take them for granted. Don't belittle them. Don't introduce them wrongly in public because you have the privilege of sitting with them. That's one of the biggest ways you can embarrass people who are very important in your life. Treating them with levity in public to create a point before the people who know you so that they feel, oh yeah, you have a great relationship with this person. Introduce them properly. Never mistake your time of privilege. Don't take your time of privilege to public eyes. Let them be the one to determine what privilege they want to demonstrate in public eye, not you, the recipients of the privilege. In public should be official. Official. Behave yourself in public. Respect their time. Protocols for keeping relationships. Lastly, upskill. Upskill. Expose yourself to knowledge. Too many people have no idea of the present global realities. Know what's happening globally. Who's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? No chorus answer. Don't say anything. If you know it, let me see your hand up. Because if your hand is up and I'm not asking the Londoners. I'm not asking the United Kingdomers. Now, that's something that you should know about. I'm saying it to charge you, not to embarrass you. I hope you know that. I'm just saying it to set you up to become interested. Who's the Secretary of the United Nations? The current Secretary of the United Nations. You know? Name 3 recent events happening globally. Okay, that I'm going to leave open. Global events. 3 happening. Yeah, please. Yes, you. Caris. The newly elected Pope. His name is Pope. Hey. Ha. The names I'm hearing, looks like we have a Yoruba Pope. That is not the new Pope. Oh. Pope Adekunle. No, that one is the Pope of Oduduwa Kingdom. It's not the Catholic Pope that we're talking about. Yeah, but someone said the name, Pope Leo the 14th. Okay, another global event. Your hand was up. Was that it? The US imposing tariffs. That's another global event happening. Some of you, even CRBC, you don't listen to. So all these things are strange. But when 𝐓𝐴𝐚𝐭'𝐥𝐥 has a show, you are there. You know all the actors. Global events. 2 more. Yes, please. The India-Pakistani war. What else? What else? What else? There are several others. Hamas, Israel. The Hamas-Israel conflict. It's been ongoing. Russian-Ukrainian war. Who's the president of Russia?
Vladimir Putin.
Who's the Ukrainian president? Let me beg you. The moment you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. We've consumed too much from social media that there is a wearing out, a disintegration of intelligence. People have moved their intelligence from brain level to below the waist. That's the truth. Too many young people are knowledgeable about sex. What to drink to have an erection. What to smoke to be high. Russian president, they don't know. You need to be knowledgeable. Change your appetite. Get interested. Read. And I'm telling you, how your life will change will amaze you. Just read. Just be interested. When you see a newspaper, look for one article. Some things you may not be interested in 1,000 things. Look for one article. When you pick a magazine, one article. Make it a habit. In the course of time, it will shock you when you open your mouth. People will be amazed. People will be amazed. People will be amazed. So global technology. Okay. So global technology has evolved beyond smartphones to smart cities with autonomous driving vehicles, otherwise known as self-driving cars. The world is in the middle of major extinctions, not just of plant and animal species, but an extinction of jobs. With the rise of AI, an extinction of certain jobs, but also a creation of certain other jobs. Because if people doing regular jobs will now upskill to learn what they need to work with artificial intelligence, then they won't lose their jobs. Almost every field of study now incorporates some kind of artificial intelligence or the other, or is on the way there. People who will be relevant must be able to predict the evolution of things and begin to prepare themselves. Those who sit in wonder, those who sit just fold their arms and cross their legs, will wake up one day in surprise and realize that they are 50 years behind time, are not employable, are not helpable. And they would have suddenly plunged to a place where they will beg to survive because they were not aware of the changing times and didn't plug themselves into the evolutionary trends that were. Lifestyles are evolving, and several dynamics are going on globally. And the way solutions are being rendered has also changed very, very, very fast. This year, think of doing some kind of certification from a highly acclaimed institution. There are free courses on edX. You can take free courses from Harvard. They are there online. And you would only pay if you want the certificate. And if you can pay to get a certificate, why not? Because you can do the course for personal development, but if you want to make reference to that course in future applications or opportunities, then you need a certificate. Some of us have spent hundreds of dollars to do some of these courses. I remember one of the courses that stretched me the most was a course from Harvard University, and the title of that course is Leaders of Learning. And at that time was talking about where education is going. It stretched me, but I loved it. And some of the trends we're seeing now are definitely expressions and manifestations of what that course was pitching as the education of the future. I did another course from the World Bank, and it's titled The Future of Work. The Future of Work. How work was going to evolve in the coming years. Listen, what you don't know, you cannot maximize. What you do with your phone, start getting interested in things that will help. Please remind me, resident pastor, remind me this week I want to post links to maybe 5 or 7 courses from either Harvard or MIT. MIT is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Harvard and MIT are 2 of the best schools that exist in the world. And they have courses that you can do for free. And like I said, you only need to pay for some of the courses. You only need to pay if you want the certificate. And why not? If you can get 1 certificate or 2, that would be something good that you can do for yourself. And if you're not able to get the certificate yet, just do the course. Just do the course. There's a research that shows that AI could replace the equivalent of about 300 million full-time jobs in the next couple of years. This is a research done by Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is a highly acclaimed financial institution. What are you doing about it? Would you sit and complain, sit and wonder? Upskill. Upskill. Constantly ask yourself, where is or what is the state of the skills that I have? What is the status of what I can do? You are in photography. There are courses to take on photography. Photography is not as cheap as you think. There are people sending pictures and winning millions of dollars. Yes. It's not just the click. There is the art and science of the click. I was in New York one time, and I saw it was New York School. At this time, I think I was just visiting. So I saw New York School of Photography or something. And I was just really inspired. I said, these guys, they magnify every single thing. They want to create specialties out of every single thing. Nothing is common. Nothing is common. And if I was a photographer, I'll start thinking of how I can do a course from those kinds of schools. Every single thing. Every single thing. Every single thing. And for those of us who have lived or who live outside the country, you would see that the things we trivialize at home. You know how much we pay plumbers? Bro, some of us had to learn how to do some things ourselves. Oh yes, because you can't be paying for every single thing. And it's not cheap. If it's a major job, you can call a plumber. I remember our bathroom in New York blocked one time. Said, this thing, we have to hack it. So you call a plumber, maybe they'll come and do assessment fee, first of all. Probably $50 or $75, just to assess what the problem is. Then after that, they give you a quote of the job. Of the job. So you might eventually be paying $250 for something you can learn to do yourself. Carissa, show up. Zara, let's unscrew this thing. I hope the thing screws back, but yep. Who's going to be spending money like that for every little thing? I did. I'm happy I did for the first time in my life. I unscrewed the thing, checked it carefully, unclogged whatever was inside. Water was flowing. Voila. Pay myself. Everything is a specialty. You bake. Don't just say you bake. Take the next course. Upgrade that baking. There is jollof rice and there is jollof rice. I'll tell you the truth. There is the art and science of jollof rice. Oh my God. Yes. It's not just mixing the thing. No, there is how to mix it that makes a difference. There are people who can whip up pasta. Oh my God. You give me macaroni and give me spaghetti and see what I'm going to do with it. You will love me for a long time. Some people really think I'm the troublesome one. But one day the Lord will reveal all things to you. That's all I have to say. But you know that because you look more quiet than myself, they would think that I am the troublesome. No, see, because I know where I look for trouble. Here and there. Oh, now, but you do now, you know. I'm the most gentle person in my house. Lord, help my wife to believe. Praise the Lord. Pastor 𝐚𝐭'𝐥𝐥 cooks very well. Very, very well. No, it's not what you're thinking. I've not finished. I just started with a statement. But see, you're too rational. Because I said very well and used very, very well. But I haven't finished. Pastor 𝐚𝐭'𝐥𝐥 cooks very well. I cook very, very well, but she's a better cook. That's where I was going. I cook well. I'm creative with certain dishes. I tell you, I cook jollof rice, rice and stew, rice and beans, pottage, rice and beans separate, white beans, white rice, stew, pottage, beans, white rice, yam pottage, plantain pottage. I can cook melon soup. I can cook ogbono soup. I can cook okra. I can cook afang soup very well. I can cook groundnut soup. I can cook 𝐓𝐡𝐚𝐭'𝐥𝐥 soup very well. I can't cook fisherman soup. I don't like it, I don't eat it, and I can't cook it. Yeah. What other rice can I cook? What? No, I can't cook white soup and I don't eat it. It stinks. So, I can cook these meals very well. Pasta, A++. Spaghetti, I can give it to you in different forms, right? Macaroni, I can give it to you in different forms, We can cook spaghetti or macaroni, right? With coconut sauce so that it tastes coconutty, you know? And then you can eat that with sauce or with stew. We can have barbecued ram meat with Arabian sauce on it. Oh no, yes. At home, I mean, these are stuff we do at home. And how we cook Indomie in my house is a very different kind of Indomie. So we have the jollof style Indomie, we have the coconut flavor type Indomie, and you can spice it up with some creativity. Just put different colors. By different colors, I mean green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers. You can have carrots in it. And you put these somewhere towards the end so they stay slightly crunchy. Then you can have mixed meat like shredded chicken, diced meat. Now you can take it next level. You can equally have peppered shaki cut in small pieces, so you stay busy from the beginning to the end. That's the end of this message. Shall we rise?